putting others first. It's natural for outstanding volunteers. They focus on quietly lifting people up, and that's why they are 7 Everyday Heroes. Hi, I'm Mitch Jelniker, and welcome to our tribute to the 7 Everyday Heroes. 2019 will mark the beginning of our 21st year of weekly 7 Everyday Hero stories. And this is our look back at some of the more unforgettable volunteers we featured in 2018. Back in February, we met two sisters who spend their own time making special deliveries that celebrate life. Their impact on complete strangers is remarkable.
Got it underneath?
Yeah, got it underneath.
This may look like any other flower delivery.
We've got some good ones for men today.
But these sisters are not florists.
We call ourselves self-taught florists.
Jenny Krause and Susan Keene are the founders of the nonprofit Flowers with Intention.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Isn't it pretty? Got gladiolas, and look at all these orchids. Aren't they gorgeous?
Oh, they are.
Oh, that's going to smell so good in your room. 3 years ago, our father passed away, and a lot of people sent flower arrangements to the church.
Hi, it's Flower Day. How are you?
And we just looked around and thought, wouldn't it be great if we could share this love?
Yep, we said, oh, we should do funeral flowers and deliver them to people in nursing homes. Hi, it's Flower Day.
Would you like some
Can I
beautiful
leave you some
flowers
pretty
today
flowers
for
today?
Valentine's Day?
Repurposing funeral flowers is nothing new, but Jenny and Susan take time to redesign the arrangements.
They look like a casket spray, or they look like, you know, they look like funeral flowers.
So then people will say, who died? And it's like, well, that's not very uplifting.
We've got some flowers for you just in time for Valentine's Day. I know they smell good, huh? Yeah.
Very good.
We want to brighten people's day with these flowers, and so we take the funeral flowers and we disassemble them, and then they look much happier, and it's a whole new purpose for those flowers.
Flowers with Intention recently repurposed many of the flowers from the Adams County Deputy Heath Gumb's funeral. Jenny and Susan see their volunteer work as a way to honor those who have passed while celebrating life.
Hello, how's my favorite married couple doing?
They repeatedly visit a half-dozen retirement centers like Western Hills Healthcare Center in Lakewood.
The residents love it. It's just amazing to watch.
They've made an even bigger impact after partnering with Haran and McConaty.
We've now delivered over nearly 900, huh?
900 arrangements in a year and a half.
And they do it all with a smile on their face, year-round.
It's just a cycle of constant love coming from these two ladies.
That cycle continues today. To learn more, just search Flowers with Intention on Facebook. The slogan at the Arvada Fire Department is, "Our family helping your family." This next 7 Everyday Hero is a firefighter who has taken that to heart. He performs rescues of a different sort on his days off.
We wear those to be able to talk to each other, and then you put that right on top.
When he's not giving tours or fighting fires, Lieutenant Dave Mattis of Arvada Fire Department is giving in a different way.
I don't know how it came up. The Lord put it on my heart, maybe. I don't know.
Dave collects medical supplies. People drop off wheelchairs and other mobility devices at station number 5 where he works. And Arvada firefighters then load it all up.
Want to take this bungee through there.
And truck it over to something called Dave's Locker.
This is basically Dave's locker. This is the storage of all the equipment.
It's all medical mobility devices that people no longer need.
Equipment comes in when people donate it. It comes in the front door. It stays out there until it's disinfected and cleaned, and then we bring it back here.
Then all of it is loaned out to people who need it, free of charge.
So we've got stuff like this. This is a knee scooter.
There are wheelchairs and crutches and lots of walkers.
And then when I get too many, because I get quite a few, I donate them to another group.
Dave's Locker started with equipment that Dave had bought after his own hip surgery.
I donated all of my stuff here to start.
And then with word of mouth, all of Arvada has chipped in.
In the first year, that 8 months, I took care of 124 people with 212 pieces of equipment.
Dave focuses on Arvada, but word has gotten out.
I get calls now from people from Denver, and I don't know how they got my number, but they talked to somebody. I still try to keep it right here because there are other loan closets.
And Dave Mattis does all this in addition to his firefighting duties.
Now I'm here on my days off, as many as 5 times a day, and 6 to 7 days a week.
The community has benefited from the hard work Dave puts in, both on and off duty. I couldn't be more proud of him. I'm honored that he's part of our department.
When a baby is facing a health crisis, they become the center of attention. But our next 7 Everyday hero has a different focus. This outstanding volunteer is all about the siblings.
Long ago, there was a greedy baboon. He lived by a pond.
Reading can transport us to far-off places, away from reality. Even if we're just outside a hospital ICU.
I think the parents of our NICU patients are mostly in a state of stress.
The NICU staff at the Rocky Mountain Hospital for Children demonstrate for us the meticulous care they provide each young life in peril. Nurturing newborns back to health takes time, but waiting is not something young siblings do best.
Where's the elephant? Having the books here has been a wonderful blessing.
Lauren Hutton provides those siblings an escape.
We had Harry Potter, Stuart Little, Nancy Drew, the Avengers. We've had like the Twilight series in here, so someone must have really enjoyed that.
She donates children's books, hundreds of them, to the hospital.
When I was 12, I was looking for a mitzvah project for my bat mitzvah, and I wanted to find a way that I would directly have an impact and kind of see that impact play out.
4 years later, Lauren is still making an impact.
I get the books from my mom's office, which has a bin, and then I also go to book sales.
Every few months, she restocks the shelves in the waiting area just outside the NICU at the Rocky Mountain Hospital for Children called the Robin's Nest.
Coming back and giving more books back is really important just so people have a way to escape.
I like that book.
They can keep them here or they can take them home as well and build their own libraries.
Lachlan loves reading books, so we've read practically every book in that library.
There are so many ways to escape from all the scary stuff that's going on in the hospital.
Ever since then, zebras have black stripes, see the stripes, and baboons have red bottoms. The end.
When we come back, we're heading to the mountains. We're going climbing with a group of women who were told they'd never walk again.
I love it so far. I haven't done rock climbing, aerial yoga, or zip lining since my accident.
And leading the charge is a 7 Everyday hero. Welcome back to our tribute to the 7 Everyday heroes. For most of us, 18 bicycle events in 24 days would be impossible. Well, Trisha Downing made it look easy. She was a rising star in the world of cycling until an accident changed everything back on September 17th of the year 2000. What she has managed since that devastating day is now helping transform other lives.
We're going to tighten this.
Life is full of challenges.
See if we can reach for this one, I'll haul you up.
This is your climb.
Some we can grasp.
Come on, you got this. Almost there. One more push.
Others come without any warning at all.
I was a competitive cyclist. In 2000, I was hit by a car and paralyzed.
Devastating for anyone, let alone a competitive cyclist. But Trisha Downing learned she's first and foremost an elite athlete.
A little more. The things that got me back to being who I am or who I feel I am were the sports that I do.
That's why Trisha started Camp Discovery.
I started Camp Discovery so that I could get other women from that place of, being in those challenges and being in that adversity to being in a place where they can be happy with themselves.
She's getting ready to zip. All right!
Camp Discovery is filled with physical fun.
Just got a little nervous right when they let go. I was like, yeah, this is cool.
Such a nice feeling.
And the camp has relaxing activities to allow campers to stretch themselves physically and emotionally.
My goal for the campers when they leave here is that they leave with confidence and that they leave with hope.
Get it, girl! I love it so far. I haven't done rock climbing, aerial yoga, or zip lining since my accident, so it was an adrenaline rush. I feel so free. I love it.
They come into camp shy and sometimes a little depressed, and they leave just with a spirit that's through the roof.
Fresno, California?
The camp is part of Trisha's nonprofit called The Cycle of Hope. And it's just for women, because Trisha found most spinal cord injury patients are men.
And sometimes that's intimidating, you know, because they're stronger and they're faster and they grunt and, you know, guys. And I couldn't talk to them about just female things.
So she felt the need to reach out to other women who use wheelchairs.
You think that I'm the mentor of this program, and it's not me. It's everybody mentoring everyone else.
Yet Trisha Downing has provided a life-changing experience for hundreds of women. And all the campers have to pay is $100.
I wanted this to be accessible to everyone, and having a disability is super expensive.
But it doesn't have to be limiting, which every camper realizes at Trisha Downing's Camp Discovery.
Trisha just completed her second book. It's called Chance for Rain, and she competed in pistol shooting in the 2016 Paralympic Games in Rio. She's now training for Tokyo in 2020. Well, we all want to be a part of a team, especially when we're kids in school. And our next 7 Everyday hero is a volunteer who makes sure every kid gets that chance.
Welcome to our last event for Jeffco Adapted Athletics this school year.
It's a big day for track and field athletes in Jefferson County.
Runners to your mark, get set, go!
300 students from 26 Jeffco middle and high schools are here to have fun.
They don't really care about the score. They care about being a part of a team, working together, and having that opportunity to play.
You're just going to throw that as far and as straight as you can, all right? All right, go ahead.
An opportunity provided by Jeffco Adapted Athletics.
It's to provide that opportunity for all students. And we really focus on their ability, not their disability. So you guys will have the boys first, then followed by the girls' high school.
Brian Wickerin started volunteering for the program years ago. And under his guidance, it has taken off. There are now events year-round.
We start in August with cross country, and we do floor hockey, we do volleyball, we do softball, we do track and field, we do basketball, we do bowling also.
He has built this up to where pretty much every school now participates, and he's just phenomenal.
The kids taking part love it.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part?
The jumping pit.
The jumping pit.
The Jeffco Adapted Athletics program is a model for the entire state. In fact, Brian would love to see it go statewide. He believes every student deserves a chance to be a part of the team.
Everybody's capable of doing something. It's just finding their ability that they can do that and be successful at. And plus the 1,000 smiles that we see on these events every month.
Still to come, painting can be therapeutic. And as our next 7 Everyday hero found out, it's also helping people living with Alzheimer's.
We hope that one of the benefits of the program is to tap into windows maybe of past memories.
We'll share her memories in the making next. We continue our look back at some of the outstanding heroes we met in 2018. In April, we met a little girl who is lucky to have lived past birth herself. Now, she has found a way to help other children fighting for their life. This 7 Everyday hero is taking an artful approach to making a difference.
Well, I've just always loved vibrant colors.
This is no ordinary backyard shed.
The art barn.
It's Adeline Walls' art barn.
I just love to come out here if there's nothing else to do and just paint.
She's been painting since she was 2. Then at the ripe old age of 7, she got an idea.
And I saw a man holding up a sign asking for help. And at that moment, I realized that I wanted to use my art to help people in need.
Adeline decided to help the NICU at Children's Hospital, Colorado, the very place she started her own life.
And when she was born, there were 10 doctors in the room, and no one was really saying much. But we knew something was wrong.
Adeline is 12 now and doing great.
My favorite one is probably this tree or this one.
And creating more art than ever, all with the NICU babies in mind.
I started creating more art, and I put it on the stationery sets, and then I sell those at Barnes & Noble and some other retailers, and then all that money goes to the NICU.
All those cards have added up over 5 years, enough for Adeline to present Children's Hospital with a check for more than $20,000.
Oh, this is for you guys.
As a nonprofit institution, we really rely on benefactors like Adeline. But yes, she is by far our youngest benefactor, and really the work that she's done for us is just amazing.
It was definitely born from her heart in a very organic way, and it's blossomed into something beautiful, and I'm very proud of her.
I just wanted to help those babies that are, you know, like that have to go to the NICU.
While we're on the topic of art, I spotted some paintings this year hanging on the walls of the offices of the Alzheimer's Association of Colorado. Turns out they were painted by people living with dementia, people who were encouraged to regain some control in their lives by our next 7 Everyday hero.
I'm doing a flower, and I used to have a big garden that had lots of flowers.
Ida once had a garden surrounding her Denver home filled with beautiful flowers. It's a memory that's awakened by painting images from her past.
To make the day beautiful.
You can sense Ida's joy simply remembering a happy chapter in her life. And that's the whole idea behind this art class.
It's Memories in the Making. It's the art program of the Alzheimer's Association.
Memories in the Making is a nationwide program that's been around for 20 years.
Personal expression is really important. That's something that becomes more difficult during the progression of the disease.
Colorado has more than 100 care communities, like Arborview Senior Community here in Arvada, that guide 400 people a week through this reawakening using art.
We hope that one of the benefits of the program is to tap into windows maybe of past memories.
Susie Fry is an artist who has given her time to facilitate Memories in the Making every week for 18 years.
Did you ever go duck hunting?
Yeah.
You did?
She says painting something from the past, even for those who've never tried it, is like reminiscing over a photo album.
And where was your ranch?
Probably eastern Colorado.
Susie patiently draws a story, a memory, out of each artist.
I love flowers.
Uh-huh.
And I always grew a lot of them when I had my yard.
And she writes it down.
What could we call this picture?
A day in bloom.
A day in bloom.
Because every life has a story worth remembering.
This is called Peonies Gone Wild. We had lots and lots of peonies that grew all along the side of the house in Denver. My mother sent them here from her house in Columbus, Nebraska. We had pink and we had white.
Imagine the love and patience it takes to do this every week.
Susie's got a gift.
And Susie is one of nearly 50 facilitators across the state volunteering for the Alzheimer's Association of Colorado's Memories in the Making program.
Our next 7 Everyday hero helps our nation's veterans. He's a veteran himself and an outstanding volunteer known as the Director of Happiness. Volunteers of America often celebrates veterans. It even has its own gathering place in Denver just for vets, the Bill Daniels Veteran Services Center.
March time. March.
On this day, when the VOA pauses to recognize Vietnam veterans, right there, center stage, is volunteer E.J. Walton.
I was in the Air Force. I served from 58 to 62.
He's a veteran with a love for serving fellow vets.
He is known as the Director of Happiness.
It's a title given to EJ by a former boss who said,
"Everyone you touch, you bring a smile on their face." That was 18 years ago.
EJ has served his country, faced health challenges, experienced racism, and was even homeless for a short time. But he keeps on smiling and keeps on encouraging others.
I have high school education, PhD in common sense though.
E.J. Walton is the Director of Happiness and a wise, 81-year young volunteer.
For me, it's state of mind. I might decide to be 40 tomorrow, 15 the next day.
Still to come, we celebrate a small business that joined forces with our 7 Everyday Hero project 19 years ago.
This is something we need to do as a small business to help out.
We turn the tables on someone who helps us recognize 7 Everyday Heroes. Welcome back to our tribute to the 7 everyday heroes. When we're not misplacing our eyeglasses, it seems like we're breaking them or they need to be adjusted. So imagine the delight in finding a 7 everyday hero who fixes glasses for free.
Try it on, see how it feels. How's that feel?
Feels pretty good. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome, sir.
Every Wednesday
Glasses need cleaning.
at the VA hospital in Denver.
See how that feels. Is that better?
Yes, it is.
Good.
Much better.
With a cart loaded with supplies that he pays for, Tim Sullivan.
Oh yeah, I ain't seen that.
Cleans, repairs,
That should feel better to you.
Thank you, sir.
and replaces eyeglasses.
This gives me more satisfaction than it ever did trying to do it for a living.
Tim is a retired optician. The replacement frames are donated from Frontier Airlines and Ameristar Casino, lost and found.
Just like that, he's got a new pair of glasses. Thank you.
Then Tim visits 5 different places around town. Since he's a Marine veteran, the VA is pretty close to his heart.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
He has so many different places that he goes and visits all over the hospital.
Tim visits every floor, helping about 150 veterans a week.
You know, sometimes there's a line of 5 or 6, or sometimes even a little more. But Tim always finds time for all of them.
I get here at 4:30 in the morning and I leave about 4 in the afternoon.
That's a long day.
It's a long day, and then I recuperate on Thursday.
Tim has done this for 6 years, but this cheerful, helpful veteran who helps people see may have to give in to his own eyes.
I've got macular degeneration and my eyes are going on me. So I don't know how much longer I can continue doing this with my eyes.
But as long as he can, Tim Sullivan will be there for his fellow veterans.
Thanks, Tim.
Oh my God.
We appreciate it.
Well, now that the new VA hospital is finally open in Aurora, the VA could use some more volunteers. You don't have to be highly skilled like Tim, just willing to help out. When Denver 7 started honoring 7 everyday heroes back in 1999, we got a phone call from a loyal viewer. Now, he loved the stories about the outstanding volunteers, but not necessarily the plaque we were using to honor them. In a sense, his idea reframed our mission to honor volunteers with the 7 Everyday Hero Award.
People don't realize is how long it does take to frame something.
A picture may be worth 1,000 words, but how much is the frame worth?
Every order that comes in is different, so people probably think that we have a lot of things pre-cut or pre-made, whereas really we don't have anything.
Brian Hart first opened Frame to Art Frame Store 27 years ago.
March 15, 1991, my wife's birthday.
Frame to Art is the preferred framer for some pretty well-known names.
We framed Manning jerseys for his retirement party.
And seemingly every other pro and college team in the state.
We do all of CSU's sports framing.
And Frame to Art sponsors several high-profile events.
Cherry Creek Arts Festival, we're the official framers of the Cherry Creek Arts Festival for the last 4 years.
So 20 years ago, when yours truly looked a bit younger, and started honoring outstanding volunteers with 7 Everyday Hero plaques, we got a call from Brian, who wanted to help us improve the look of the plaque.
I just wanted to do something that was looked better than the old wood plaque.
And thus began 19 years of Brian Hart and Frame to Art providing frames for our 7 everyday heroes for free. That's at least 52 frames a year.
I think as a small business, to give back to the community, I love to show what small businesses can do.
Frame to Art is a leader in the small business community, not only because of the quality of its work, but its heart for helping others.
I have had the pleasure and the honor of meeting every one of those outstanding volunteers over the years and writing those stories. But it's time to share the joy. I am leaving Denver 7 at the end of 2018, but fear not, someone else here will continue the Denver 7 commitment to find good stories about outstanding volunteers. So tell us about the hero in your life. Nominate a volunteer to be a 7 Everyday Hero at thedenverchannel.com. Just look under the community section. For all of us here at Denver 7, I'm Mitch Jelniker. Thanks for watching.
Would like to honor you as a 7 Everyday Hero for all you do. The Denver 7 and American Financing would like to honor you as a 7 Everyday Hero, helping so many others.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So wonderful.